had to eat and let my phone charge because it died in the middle of the last video. So I don't remember half of the shit that I fucking said. And sure, whatever. I got my glasses on because I'm watching the fucking lightning at the same time, so deal with it. I just hate the glare. That's why I usually take them off. But I was in the video that I tried to record that got corrupted. I was talking about being the oldest daughter, the parentified oldest daughter, and all of my experiences in this role are usually negated because it's just like, you were just a child, there's no way I put that much burden on you, or you were just a child, there's no way that you did that or whatever. But like, I clearly fucking remember it, and nobody else was around to witness it besides me as a child. And yeah, children sometimes rework their memory, whatever, but I've been accused of that my whole fucking life, so I'm not really gonna continue feeding into that. And I distinctly remember, now my first sister is 3 years younger than me, and I distinctly remember having to go behind her to wipe her butt. So, because she was a kid at the time. And again, I'm not trying to shame anybody, it's just I have to explain these details to get to the level of problems that I'm fucking having. And when I mentioned that, of course, it was like, oh, well, you were barely able to wipe your own butt. Yeah, that's why this memory doesn't make fucking sense to me. But, all in all, they were like, there's no way that happened. Cool, fine, whatever. Then, like, when my other two siblings were born, one of them, how old was I? I was about 8 when he was 3, I think. Yeah, I was 8 or 9 when he was 3. And then the last one, I'm 10 years older. And so my job was always, which didn't make sense to me, because I really felt like a slave to this family. I would say that I hated my family, but I didn't necessarily extend that so much to my siblings. I just hated the situation and how basically I was their slave. But they didn't do anything to me. They were just, a victim of the same circumstances, and they were too young to do anything anyway. And so I was doing laundry. I was doing dishes. I was doing all of those things. And it didn't matter whose house I went to. I was responsible for cleaning up all the, Thanksgiving dishes. It didn't matter. If we were living with somebody, the dishes fell to me, which is why I hate doing dishes to this fucking day. Dead ass. I absolutely hate doing dishes to this fucking day. It gives me so much fucking anxiety. I can't do it without music. And I keep drawing fucking blanks every time I'm trying to fucking talk. But this is it was insanity to me. Basically, these were my kids. And I would tell my friends, the only thing I didn't do for them was give birth to them and breastfeed them. But if we had bottles, I did that. And, you could say, I could say I wanted to. Because I was a kid. It was like a baby alive. Hold up. Alright, so I lost my place, but whatever. So yeah, basically, I would say that I raised them. In my head, in my child mind, I raised them. I was able to be left home alone with them, and nobody really needed to worry. I didn't even answer the phone for family. I followed the directions to a T because safety was my number one priority. And I have never been validated in the fact that I did so much. There was once a time when I reached, I want to say, high school age, where I tried to tell my mom, I'm like, it's too much. And she would be like, what's too much? And she's like, you got nothing to do. You don't have to pay bills, nothing. You're just a kid. And I'm just like, everything that you're asking me to do is too much. I had like reached my fucking limit. And she was just like, couldn't understand that everything was too much. Life is too much. Even to this day, everything is too goddamn much for me sometimes. I get overwhelmed so quickly. But I manage because, you know, I got kids to take care of now. But she couldn't understand, and I couldn't put it to words. And there are different levels to this stuff, from the spiritual level to like the emotional and trauma levels that I never actually got help for. And so yeah, it was too much because I was doing laundry. Now, me seeing myself at the ages that I was doing the entire house worth of laundry, it doesn't make sense to me. I would not have my 8-year-old going to the outside laundry room by herself to wash clothes. There was a huge lightning strike just now right in front of my motherfucking face too. Like, me personally, I wouldn't do that. And on top of that, like, when I was in high school, we lived in this apartment that was on the 3rd floor. Our laundry room was on the 1st floor, and it had like a little key code that sometimes was broken to get into. And they had like storage closets in there that we had to put our stuff in. And it was like just basically a laundromat in there. And everybody had their own washer and dryers hooked up to their own thing. And me, I was a teenager going down there at like, even at night, to wash clothes. Now, mind you, the area wasn't necessarily bad, but I wouldn't have my child, of all people, going down there washing everybody's clothes, because it wasn't just like me and my 3 siblings. It was me, my 3 siblings, my mom, and my nana. And I was washing everybody's clothes, and my nana couldn't get down the stairs. So like, that wasn't the issue. But like, when I think back to it, I was the only one doing it. I was the only one doing this fucking laundry. And then I was making sure that the kids got out for school a lot of the times, and all of that. And I would have to be the reigning authority fucking figure for certain times. Sometimes it was because my mom had to go to work super early in the fucking morning, so then it left me to make sure that they got up for school and to the bus. Or, you know, whatever the case was. Like, I did that. I did the bus runs. I couldn't even stay after school for activities that I like to do because I had to be home so that they could, you know, go on the bus. And then I'm gonna have to do a part 2 because I'm running out of time and I'm gonna feel rushed, and then I'm not gonna say nothing, so I'll be back.